Greetings, fellow investigators, and welcome back to our video podcast, Into the Darkness, where my friends and I will be playing the Delta Green RPG. I'm your host, Tom Rayleigh. The scenario is Convergence. It was written by John Tynes. It's actually included in the first edition of Delta Green Rulebook. Our game master is Holly Buto, and this is episode 3. Our recap will be given by Brian Daly as his character, Agent Oscar. So without any further delay, let's continue our journey into the darkness. Brian?
Situation Report 2, September 14th, 1993. Spivey investigation continues. Interview with surviving parent and aunt produced no new information. A search of the house and grounds resulted in the same outcome. Subject's vehicle was found off the road on Landing Parkway. Upon examination, the vehicle's chassis was found to have been magnetized, with the engine block melted. Initial speculation is that the vehicle was incapacitated via a directed acute magnetic field, melting the block via induction. Footprints indicate a single occupant left the vehicle, walked a short distance, and then disappeared. Interviewing the girlfriend's available parent, mother, it was discovered that Janie had been missing for approximately 3 days. The mother, Lydia Allen, appears to be compromised either chemically, physically, or emotionally. The interview was not particularly helpful, with Mrs. Allen remaining sedate throughout. The father was not available for questioning at the time. Janie's diary indicated similar experiences to the Spivey subject and mentioned a Scott Adams. Interviewing some local adolescents yielded no pertinent information on either Spivey, Janie, or Mr. Adams, though it did add another name to our investigation checklist: Bud Aldrich, a local farmer. Agents visited Green Box number redacted, interviewed a conspiracy theorist group, and investigated subject Scott Adams. Clandestine entrance to subject Adams' rented room revealed an assumed Class 2 biohazard. Subject Adams is deceased. Biohazard is contained at present. Agents redacted and redacted will perform biopsy, autopsy, toxicology as necessary on whatever material survives the disinfectant bath. One computer system was procured from subject Adams's room, pending investigation. An individual, assumed female, was observed in the room adjacent to subject Adams. Observation and interview pending.
Brian, so you just had your encounter with the deceased Scott Adams and the strange growth that was taking up residence on his head and in the bathtub. Near misses all around. Well done. I was remiss in forgetting to ask you all to make sanity rolls upon viewing the deceased's body and the encounter with the unknown. So if you would be so kind as to do that for me now. Loss is just one sanity. Pass, one sanity loss. Fail, D4.
That is a pass.
Very well.
Well, see, now I've got to find my D4.
I lose one sanity.
Oh, yeah, I lose one.
I believe it was Agent Orson who observed the young woman kind of peering behind the curtain in the next room. So we'll go from there.
Right. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it seemed to me we were about to do something else. Were we leaving the hotel? Are we hanging around? I want to knock on her door and introduce myself.
I guess I'd want to check the bathtub that we dumped the lie in.
Right, we need to wait a bit and then see if we've killed whatever it is.
I was gonna say, can you check in there? Like, did we close the door? Is it just? No, did nobody check if it was dead yet?
I'm going back in there. I'm shaking a bit.
Well, Doc, the bubble stopped. So
Agent Orwell has a very nasty burn on his forearm.
I guess we should probably get that treated.
Let's treat that. Let Scott marinate for a bit. We can deal with the neighbor And then after all of that, we can deal with this here computer. I'm going to stick this in my room right now. Is anyone watching? Is anyone around here?
I think I grabbed the computer and ran, didn't I? So, yeah, I'll take that into our room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess, is there anything of note in here? Like, we're just still in their room, like the deceased.
So you did notice he had covered the window with paper in addition to pulling the curtains closed. He had shoved a towel up under the door. He had broken all the light bulbs and gone into the room and killed himself. You could tell he had the slits going up his arm. So that, and the computer, of course, which Agent Oliver has taken. And then it just like the takeout containers everywhere. His room's a mess, but
yeah.
Yeah.
I guess
before we can do any of this, Agent Orson sees the girl in the window. So what's he gonna do? Yeah. We wouldn't have time to
I knock on the door. Janie.
And a very timid face opens. I don't know. I don't know Janie, sir. Sorry. You got the wrong girl.
My name's Otto Boots. I'm a federal investigator. Hold up my badge, kind of start moving into the room. So what is your name, miss?
And as you move into the room, you notice that she is visibly pregnant.
Oh no, demon baby.
Lydia, Lydia Bates. I'm visiting from Knoxville.
Wow. We just had a very interesting encounter next door. How long have you been here then?
A few days, sir. Just passing through.
Did you know your neighbors at all?
I believe it was a gentleman by the name of Scott.
Mm-hmm. Do you know anybody named Billy Ray Spivey by any chance?
And I won't even make you roll for it. Her face just goes pale. Yeah. He's that kid that was in the news, maybe.
You're sure your name's Lydia, not Janie? Because it's funny, Lydia's Janie's mom.
I don't know what to do. I'm sorry, mister. I just look at me. Look at the state of me. I don't Scotty hadn't come by in like 2 days. Is he okay?
Is Scott the father?
No, sir. No, sir. Billy Ray. Billy Ray's the daddy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where he is. I don't know what to do.
Well, what?
I wasn't like this a month ago, mister. I promise.
I'm sure. Well, I mean, we're here to help, miss. If there's anything you can tell us about what's been happening to you, that might help.
You're going to think I'm a fool. It doesn't sound real.
You leave that up to us. I'm very concerned about, Billy Ray is in a medical facility in Massachusetts right now. We're trying to help everything we can to help him. And we're certainly going to do all we can to help you. But you got to tell us what's happened.
Well, all right. A couple of weeks ago, I guess maybe about a month ago now, I'd been walking home from a date with Billy Ray, and I was alone, and I guess I just kind of was thinking to myself and kind of spaced out for a minute. But when I kind of came to myself, everything was real dark outside, like it was like the middle of the night or something. And when I checked my watch, it was I don't know, like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, and I got home and my mom didn't even notice. She didn't notice anything anymore. I don't know what's going on with her. And I thought maybe I just put it out of my mind. Like, I don't know, maybe I just I don't know, had bad food or something. But then I was like, I couldn't stop eating all the time. And I felt feverish and strange. And I thought I was just putting on weight, like I was eating all the time. I thought, Janie, you're ruining your figure, girl. But and then I don't know. One of my girlfriends was like, Janie, you don't look like you're getting big, girl. You look like you might be pregnant. And I took a pregnancy test and it said I was pregnant. And I don't know, I wasn't, but look at me. I wasn't like this a month ago. Now, and she's very, she's not huge, but she's visibly pregnant, which is not 1 month pregnancy. So, and this guy, Scott, he's been asking around all these people, just, have you seen anything weird? Have you seen anything strange? And he wasn't like those 2 other UFO assholes. He was real nice. And so I thought I'd give him a call, and he's like, I'm going to help you, Janie. I'm going to help you. I'll get you some help, get you to someone who could help you. And he'd been bringing me food and everything, but then he just stopped coming by a few days ago. And I don't want to go out looking like this.
And had Scott had anything happen to him that he was, affected or different?
He'd been acting weird. The last day I saw him, he wasn't even making sense. He was just, the things he was rambling about, and he was talking about lights, and none of it made a lick of sense. None of it made any bit of sense at all. I don't like perceptions and codes and binary. And I was like, Scott, what are you talking about? And I don't know. It was like he'd lost his mind.
And are you still hungry all the time?
Yeah, I don't know. I guess, I don't know. I don't know much about being pregnant. I thought maybe it's
this is a baby. A little indelicate, but have you been urinating and defecating like normal?
Yeah. All that's normal.
Have you been strangely stronger than you remember yourself being?
No, just, this is the only weird thing.
Lashing out, doing any, uncontrollable anger towards anything?
No, nothing like that.
And I'm sorry, when were you out walking? Do you remember the day?
Oh yeah, it was I guess like August the 19th, I think it was. When I was heading out on the road, it couldn't have been maybe 8 or 9 o'clock, maybe even a little bit earlier, but by the time I got home, it had to have been past 3.
Well, hold on just a second, Janie. What I'd like to do is we've got a doctor with us. I'd like to have him give you a little exam, if that's all right.
Yeah, okay.
We're going to try to help you now. We're going to make things better. Hold on just a second. And I go looking for Agent Oliver. Let him know what I just found.
I'm actually in our room.
Okay.
I'm coming out the door, but
and I'll let you know everything I just we just discussed.
I see Agent Orwell though when I go over and do some first aid on it. I got a 77.
Most of it went on clothing. I didn't get
77 a success or a failure?
It's a success. I've got an 80. So that's actually it's an extreme success.
Yes. Okay. That's such a high number. I was concerned that was a failure for you.
I know.
Thanks,
yes. Excellent. Orwell, you're starting to feel a little bit better. The burn is easing. Oliver puts a cream or something on it.
I'll keep them updated if I start getting symptoms and stuff like that. So
right.
I'll get a breath of fresh air outside because it did shake me up quite a bit.
Okay.
So let's see what
Oliver,
we've got here.
Sorry, go ahead.
Let's see what we've got here, young lady.
So when you go in the room, you can just doctor's eye, you can tell that she's about 5 months pregnant.
And how long have you been showing? 2
maybe
weeks?
like a week or so. Yeah.
And why don't
just a couple days, not long.
Why don't you lay down here on the couch on your back, and I'll be very gentle and see what's going on. And
okay.
Let's see what's going on. So I'm going to listen.
Elevated heart rate, elevated body temperature, similar to what you saw in Billy Ray. Yes.
How about down here? Can I hear another heartbeat?
You can hear a little fetal heartbeat. Yeah. That's also, fetal heartbeats are already elevated anyway, faster than ours are.
Just the one?
Yes.
Well, I'm gonna give her a complete exam then.
Sure, of course. You can go ahead and roll medicine while you're doing that. Oscar, Owen, Orwell, what are you all doing?
I'd still be waiting for the bathtub to be kind of finished melting our guest.
In the car park, having a cigarette.
Okay.
Well, hopefully it killed whatever it was.
I hope so too, but I'd love to see just the samples from our deceased friend.
Right. Well, we can. All right. Here, you got some gloves on you?
Me? Yeah, I do.
Right here, I'll pull the drain. We'll let the lie out.
I just kind of.
How long?
I have a pair of nitrile gloves.
15 minutes.
15 minutes. All right. Yeah, there's still going to be.
But there's nothing moving, right?
Well, to be honest,
it doesn't instantly dissolve bodies.
I would prefer if we had a sample to take back with us. To be honest with you, I don't think it's alive.
Well, outside of moving our friend here, it would be easier to clean him up elsewhere, if you know what I mean.
I guess. Yeah.
I'll drain the bathtub.
What was his wound? Something came out of him, right? Like,
yep.
Underwater. It was underwater that was moving, and he had a lump on his head that disappeared as if it moved, but I didn't see it move.
I remember the lump. I just was trying to check his body, and I wanted to maybe take swabs to see if he's also. I need to confirm if this is the same thing as Billy Ray. Yep. I just need to. I'm highly suspicious that it is, but I need to be sure.
So lye is highly alkali. It's not acid, so it's gonna neutralize. I mean, it breaks stuff down, but not as fast, right?
Yeah.
He's sitting in the bathtub. He slits his wrist. So there's a combination of blood and water in the bathtub, and we just poured lye in it.
Well, yeah, we have to pull him out at some point.
We just made the worst gravy imaginable.
A little bit. We should. That's the thing. I'm thinking we should have to pull him out sooner rather than later.
So yeah, I'm gonna drain the bathtub.
You can hose him down with the shower.
We can spray him off a bit. We don't really care about clothing now, do we?
I'd probably start looking. Hey, can we get like a wheelbarrow and a garbage? Anything? We're gonna have to carry him out and. We're gonna have to clean this up.
All right, while this is draining, you good to just observe and make sure nothing jumps out?
Skitters away.
I'll stand back with my
skitters away.
If you need a scalpel, you can use the scalpel to see if his muscles are converting to.
I'll go find. I'll go see if the motel left some landscaping equipment out or something.
You can make a luck roll to see if there's anything like that around.
Let's see. It's 50, right?
Yeah.
Darn.
What do you need? A bone saw?
I think it was looking for a wheelbarrow.
I was looking for a wheelbarrow.
Oh.
I mean, we could always just big garbage bag. We could just.
Yep, we're gonna have to take him out piecemeal. Unfortunately,
we're just gonna have to have a lookout, I guess. So, has the water drained? I would like to drain it. I think
it's gonna be a slow drain. Yeah, it's a nasty slurry, but it's.
Can I start I would like to turn the shower on just to kind of wash him off because at this point, it's
yeah.
Yeah, and I'm trying to just get it down to go as fast as possible. And is there anything left of this thing that attacked Orwell?
You do see this blob, judging by the description that Orwell had given you. Yeah, it looks like that might be what got him.
All right, I'd like to scalpel a little sample into like a little baggie that I might have. I have my multi-tool, and
sure,
I'd be taking pictures as well. And
of course,
does this look? I mean, as I'm cutting this, is this like a jellyfish, or is this like almost like a large amoeba? I mean, can I roll? Like I do have a zoology, botany.
Yeah, sure.
All right. That is a 67, so that is a fail.
Something like that, like kind of like a jellyfish, just kind of like jelly.
But I can't.
Yeah,
I'm like
substance.
This is a plant. This isn't a plant. This is an animal. What is this? I'm gonna take the sample and try to figure it out later.
Okay. Oliver, how'd you do on that medicine test to look over?
I passed.
Okay, and you're doing like the full physical, pelvic, all that. Yes.
Whatever I can do at this point. I'm not going to give her a gynecological exam. I don't have the equipment for that. But
okay.
I left my speculum back at home.
Aside from the elevated heart rate, the elevated temperature, if her dates match up and the fact that she appears to be far more pregnant than possible, that seems to be the only off thing about her.
She gives birth to a blonde-haired, blue-eyed children of the damned. Well, I can't, except that her metabolism must be very high.
Well, and she hasn't exhibited any strange strength or raginess.
It looks like you're quite healthy, my dear. I can't explain this. I could send for some colleagues to take you to a safe place in order to get you the best health care possible.
Yeah. Okay. I can do that.
Yes, I'll.
Whatever's good for me and the baby.
It might be tomorrow, but we'll see what we can do.
Sure.
All right. So I'm going to go out, and if I encounter Agent Oscar, I'll be like, oh, we're going to have to contact DG again and have them pick her up.
We got another one we got to take in.
She's pregnant with something that's caused her to be like 5 months pregnant in a matter of 2 weeks. Something's growing inside of her, and we don't know what it is.
5 months pregnant.
Sounds like a baby. Sounds like a baby. It sounds like a baby's heartbeat. But then I don't know what a giant lizard monster creature sounds like when, just to be safe. I mean, if it's just a baby and she's just normal, then I don't understand. Maybe it's not.
Yeah.
It might not be her. It might be Billy Ray.
Yep. If they had a tryst or something in the interim.
She said it was Billy Ray's baby. She didn't suggest or say anything about it having known Mr. Adams at all.
However, she also has a blackout period.
That's true.
From August 19th.
It's why I made the joke about Children of the Damned, which is that old 1950s movie, I believe, where all of the people in town black out, and when they wake up, all the women are pregnant.
Wow.
Terrifying, but something very strange. Something with. The more this looks like, the more it looks like some sort of an alien invasion. I mean, like straight out of the Silly Bee movies. My guess is it's something else, but it's very strange looking.
I know we've got a magnetic car. We've got people being altered, people getting pregnant very quickly, superhuman strength. All we're missing is the actual UFO, really,
Dr. Owen, I hope you took some samples of Adams's muscle tissue.
Well, there's plenty of atoms still left in there if you want to go and
Oh, yes, that's what Dr. Owen should be doing.
Yeah, I was taking samples of the organism first, and I would probably after that I would move on to like, I guess does this thing looks like it came out of him, right? Like once the tub is drained, does it look like it exploded out of him or came out of his wrists that he slit?
This looks like the growth that was on his head.
Okay. So
not bigger than that.
Right, yeah. It was yeah.
Okay. I just don't know where this thing it obviously like it's I'm gonna take the samples. I need to figure out I need to know. So
of course.
This is going to be a real nightmare.
I guess I can do that pretty quickly, and I have our like lab set up in our room. I imagine.
Sure.
So I would get right away on that.
It's most definitely some sort of an incursion.
So we do think we should quarantine the area.
It's what we're here for. But once again, we don't want to call any attention to it.
Well, this is going to be a nightmare to cover up.
Well, I don't think we should jump to anything just yet. But if this fungus, whatever is affected, what was affecting Billy Ray, and now seems to be affecting either his girlfriend's child or her herself, and then this guy, I mean, what like this isn't targeting things. Like how long? Like how? What is like how? Who's doing this? How is this happening to people?
I mean, it's unusual enough to say it's like alien interference, maybe. Until
but the jellyfish organism does not seem to me to be the same as, say, fungoid like muscle tissue that was in Billy Ray. And I don't know what the relationship is there.
I don't know yet. I haven't tested it. So
that really burned and stung. I showed a little bit that got through my clothing, so to speak, where the burn is.
What if, once again, my original idea, somebody is doing experiments on these people, on these. So far, the only thing that keeps coming to my mind is the father, because of him not being there, not being concerned, and somehow making his wife not care, making the daughter right. He makes everything, he calms us down.
I thought that might have just been a gentle personality.
Right, possibly. I mean, that's the way it sounds at first. But in this case, why isn't he here terrified that his daughter is missing and his wife?
I mean, if it's something being created local, they're going to need one hell of a lab. I mean, to do the stuff you've been talking about with the surgery and.
Wouldn't be the first time that I've had that there's been a lab underneath the ground somewhere.
And if it was a government lab nearby, we would have been made up aware of it, wouldn't we?
Might not our government, might not be our government.
But my question is,
the situation being the way it is, we can't rule out anything. We have to.
Exactly.
Oh yeah,
you have to look at the girlfriend's father. We have to look into this farmer guy and his cow problem.
I don't know if that.
I think we should check out the cattle mutilations next.
Mutilations.
That almost sounds like.
You out there.
But right this second, we've got to have somebody babysit Janie, and we need to decide what we're doing with this body and.
Well. Call
autopsy
Delta Green and get them out here.
Delta Green sent a thing now.
You're Delta Green.
I'll stay behind. We've also got cement.
I could stay behind. You need to go
to the reservoir over there.
Well, I was going to conduct all the tests on the new samples we've taken to determine is Mr. who's the journalist, the UFOologist.
As a chemist, you'll probably be better off going to the cattle in case your knowledge is needed. I mean, I can stand sentry duty. I'm just FBI agent.
Well, I was just saying that Agent Oliver should go because he's the physician. He would be more useful. Like he can collect the samples. I can be in the lab doing the test. I'm a chemist. Like I'm trying to figure out the compounds, and I want to figure out what this blob is.
We're not going to the cow mutilations tonight. That's
Oh, of course not.
tomorrow morning. Tonight we're dealing with this. So get all the samples we need,
I have them.
and then let me know, and
We'll take care of the
clean things up.
bodies.
Do you want me
This
to
is-
contact HQ and get a van sent out? In?
Yeah.
Anything.
Well, I'll
See
just-
what they want to collect. I know we want them to collect Janie, but
They'll probably
whether or
send
not
it
they
to-
want the body or whether we should just take care of that, we need to.
Well,
I think we need
if
to clean
it's
up road.
contaminated, we can't just bury this somewhere. We can't just put this in tar.
That's
Well,
what
property.
Quickcrete's all about.
But
trash bag, concrete, reservoir.
Incinerator, no, not reservoir.
They're not
If
drinking
it's-
out of it.
Local water source.
I would like to go talk to Cheney again for a moment.
Incinerator probably would be better.
All right.
Exactly.
She's passively waiting in the hotel room.
Cheney, let me ask you a few questions.
Okay.
We met your mother earlier.
Oh, yeah.
What does your father do?
He's an alderman. I think it's like a town council. I think that's kind of a unique thing to our town, but yeah.
Is that his job?
Mhm.
And he makes enough money to keep you and your mother?
I think he's pretty comfortable. Yeah.
Is it an office that he has to run for occasionally?
Yeah. He and the other aldermen, it's an elected position.
And you say he's not around much, or he's very
No,
busy.
I hadn't seen him in a long days. He's never home anymore.
But this is
His secretary
town.
just says it's tax season and they're all busy. I don't know. Renee hadn't seen her dad neither, and he's an alderman also. So
How many aldermen are there for your town? Do you know?
there are 6 aldermen, I
6
think. Yeah.
Aldermen. Where did your father go to school for this? Did he study to be?
Yeah, he went to school in Knoxville. It was just oh shoot, I don't remember what he got his degree in. Nothing special like politics or anything, but he just came home and worked local businesses for a while and everything, and then just decided to run. He's been an alderman for a long time.
Does he have any hobbies? He's like to paint or?
Used to like fishing a lot, but I mean, like I said, I hadn't seen him in a while.
All right. We're making some phone calls now to see if we can get somebody out here to pick you up.
Okay, thank you.
They'll probably take you to the same place where Billy Ray is.
Okay. Do you think I'm gonna be okay?
Well, I mean, to be honest, I don't know, but I think so. Everything seems normal.
Okay. All right.
We're going to do our best to take care of you.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Orwell, you said you're going to call your handler.
Yeah, I'm not sure if we're meant to clean up, judging by all the
Right.
equipment we were given in the green
Yeah.
locker. Or do we call in a specialist team to clean this up?
Okay. So
they'll figure that out.
right. So he's going to answer the phone. Do you have a status report for me?
Yeah, it's going to be sent through the normal channels and everything.
He's like, this is a secure line. Anything urgent I need to know?
But a young girl that needs bringing in. We've got a strong contamination site that needs cleaning.
Is she dead?
No, the next door neighbour is the contamination site of the motel. The young girl, heavily pregnant, very quickly, very strange circumstances. The physician wanted her cleared out as soon as possible.
Any connection to Spivey?
Not sure.
All right.
Yeah, Billy Ray.
Can you
Billy
sit
Ray, yeah.
on this for the night? We are nearing a breakthrough on isolating the compound, and I think I'll have something for y'all in the morning that would help the investigation. Can you sit on it for the night? We'll have it for you first thing in the morning. All right. I'll send a cleanup crew in the morning. Tell Owen to get some samples and Oliver, have them analyze what they can, and we'll clean up the rest.
Do you want us to get rid of the leftovers?
The dead one,
The bury
take your samples and bag him up. We'll take them for.
I'll take care of that. I'll take care of that. Right, I'll go and let the chemist know.
All right. All right. First thing in the morning, 7:00. Look for him in the parking lot.
Okay, we'll be here. Right, I'll go and tell Dr. Owen and Dr. Agent Oliver that I've reported it in and what they've told us to do. If Dr. Owen gets the samples needed from the cadaver, we can get it into a vehicle and I'll go and dig a grave somewhere and get it buried.
We definitely want to use the tar or concrete one in case this. Just, I think it might be contaminated, but I don't know.
It might be. Like I say, I think we should keep it away from water.
We'll hold on to the leftovers until we get your name from Owen and Oliver, and then we'll deal with them.
I'm just worried. We should probably figure out a way to pay for his room because in case we don't want to raise suspicions over this day. How long was he checked in for? Can one of us?
Oscar inquired yesterday, or Oscar inquired the last time we played. She said that his rooms were paid for through tomorrow.
Okay, so we have that's our kind of our deadline is when. Yeah. Cool.
They're turning up early tomorrow. It's just I can always burn it.
Yeah. What is the material the bathtub's made out of?
Oh, like what, fiberglass? Just kind of cheap, whatever cheap bathtubs are made out of.
Good thing we drained the lye.
It's more the pipes that are probably damaged by the lye.
We need to shut
but you know what? We don't care because they're never going to be able to trace it to the Delta Green. So,
and all the DNA in there is ruined beyond recognition.
You come with me, Oscar. We get rid of the cadaver. We can either burn it or bury it or something. But
we'll take care of it as appropriate.
Shout! Just don't put it in the reservoir.
Yeah, we won't put it in the reservoir.
That's like the one place we saw people, a lot of people. Also, they drink from that.
Yeah, the local water source. We can't figure out how it spreads so quickly.
You could take it out and put it in the green box for the next people who come.
Oh no!
We put the tag from the scotch on the bag with the remains.
No. Freezer praise. God.
Right, bag them, tag them, let's get them buried.
Please replace with something better.
So I
get a spoon and put them in the bean bag.
I kind of want to spend the rest of the night. I want to run some tests using chemistry on the samples. Well, I imagine the rest of you will kind of. I'm not sure what. We're probably settling down after this.
We're getting rid of the body. Now you got your samples. Once you get your samples, we're going to get rid of it.
I'm trying to talk.
You can get rid of it if you want now. Yeah.
As only government agents can.
So I'll test him first because that seems like probably more prevalent. And that is a 14. So that is a critical.
And what exactly are you looking at?
I want to see if it's the same, if he has the same fungal like tissue that was growing in Billy Ray.
In the muscle tissue?
Yes.
No, you see nothing like that. You see regular human muscles.
Okay. All right. You can bury him. It's all right, guys. Just not the reservoir. That doesn't give me an excuse for that. I guess next I'll test the alien jellyfish. Honestly, like I need to figure out if it's an animal or like what it's made of at least. Mm-hmm. And that is a critical fail.
Oh, you accidentally destroy the sample as you're trying to analyze it. So you are not sure what that was.
We stuck this in lye too much, guys. It's like jelly.
So
I'm gonna babysit Janie.
Okay.
Whether outside her room or inside her room, just kind of keeping an eye, reassuring it's all going to be okay, that sort of thing.
Mister, do you think you could bring me some food? I haven't been able to get out because of the way I look, and Scott hadn't been here in a while.
Sure, we can probably get you something. And I'm either going to go down to the diner, but have, let Oliver know I'm running out for some food.
Okay.
What does she like? What do you have cravings for?
If you're going to the diner, maybe like a chicken fried steak and mashed potatoes and a slice of pie. That'd be great.
God, that sounds very good. Why don't you get me that too?
How about 6 for 6? Yeah.
Can you grab some like prosciutto and those little like crackers?
No,
This is Groversville, Tennessee.
Yeah, I was going to say.
No arugula available.
Is there a curry house around here? I have a craving for curry.
Oh, they probably got some fried okra.
Oh, well, I can do that. Get okra and we'll cook it. It'll be perfect.
Orwell and Oscar, what are you two doing with the remains?
We're finding somewhere very remote, completely far away from any body of water.
Okay.
Probably, so I'm probably arguing with Agent Oscar about how we're going to do this. We're going to bury it or burn it, aren't we?
Well,
and I'm playing Glenn Campbell.
Let's do. We got a shovel. Let's do this. Let's do this as
We can always bury him and burn him. Just sort of burn him and then bury him.
Well, we dig let's dig a nice fire pit.
Well, if we got some lye, I mean, we can just throw that in the pit with him and bury him with it.
We do have more lye, yes.
Yeah, we use that and just dig a shallow grave of about 3 or 4 foot, put the bag in it.
Are the two of you, have you left, are you staying in the Groversville area? Are you completely leaving the area?
Leave the immediate area because we don't want local people to see us. So if anyone does see us, they won't necessarily know who we are. Somewhere way out of the way.
Okay.
Look at the
like the Sopranos.
So you see that one road that goes out is that north of town there?
Yeah.
Just not the main thoroughfare, but we're going to drive on that for
somewhere we've got a nice surrounding of trees we can dig in.
30 minutes?
Okay. 30 minutes, 45 minutes.
Yep.
And you find a nice spot, start digging?
Done it before.
Okay.
Yep. Yep. About a mile off the road.
Could I get each of you to make me a willpower test?
Willpower roll.
Those
you could.
Can't see where the willpower is. Oh, yeah.
I will have you know I am a particularly willful individual.
Very well.
I fail my willpower roll.
All right. You are digging. Agent Oscar, as you're digging, well, both of you notice this. So as you're digging, you see these bright lights on the horizon and they surround you and you hear this buzzing noise as you're digging and you blink and Oscar, you're the only one there. Orwell's gone.
Fuck.
Is the body there?
Immediately checking cell phone, watch, see what time it is.
It is about 2-3 hours later than when you left the hotel. And the three of you at the hotel, it's kind of been a little while since Orwell and Oscar left.
Hey, Orson, has Oscar and Orwell, they caught radio in? You think
probably
haven't contacted me.
How long does it take for two guys to dig a hole?
Yeah, longer than you think. Especially if you're gonna.
Depends on maybe they had some trouble along the way. They'll take care of it. They should be back soon. Stay up until they get back.
I'm gonna finish the chore.
What have we found so far?
and cover up the tracks as much as possible. Also, I'm going to head back to the car, and I'm going to take the spray paint can and make as innocuous a mark as possible on the opposite side of the road from where we started walking.
Agent Orwell.
And I'm also going to think long and hard on how long the increment of time was for Janie's loss of time and Spivey's.
Is Oscar pregnant?
Was it about 3 hours?
Sorry.
Janie, it was about 5 hours, and Billy Ray, it was 2 whole days.
Oh. Shit.
Agent Orwell, you were surrounded by these lights. You heard this weird buzzing noise, but now you're standing in the parking lot of the motel. It's a lot darker outside than it was a few minutes ago.
What?
Orwell, where's Oscar?
How did I get here?
How long has it been? Is it the 3 hours?
Mm-hmm. It's been about 3 hours.
Well, you've been gone 3 hours. Where is Oscar?
I was digging with him and he disappeared and I appeared here.
Are you telling me you can't? You have lost time?
Oh, yeah. I mean, we were a good half hour, 3/4 of an hour drive away, and I was in the pit digging. We were surrounded by lights. There was a weird buzzing noise. Next thing I know, I'm standing here, and Agent Oscar's not with me. Have you seen him?
No. We
We're
were
waiting
what's
for
the
you to
time?
get back.
We were waiting for you guys.
Would you be willing to give us some tissue samples by any chance?
Yeah, I'm already reaching for my supplies. Like I'm like
Yeah.
looking at him with like beat eyes. Like, yeah, okay, you missed
Yeah,
some time.
sure.
Yes.
I'm used to procedure.
Agent Oscar, I'm assuming you're headed back to the hotel too once you've marked your things.
Yeah, is my cell phone working?
Yes, it is. Your car works,
All right,
cell phone
well,
works, everything looks good.
I will attempt to contact Agent Oliver's hotel room or motel room.
Phone's ringing, Oliver.
Oh, hold on. Hello,
Hey,
Agent Oscar.
has a cat returned home?
Agent.
I'm not
Orwell
I'm not finding the cat out here.
The cat. Just crawled out of the laundry basket. Oh, I'm not very good at this.
So the cat. So he's back.
The cat
With
is
you.
back. Yes,
All
the
right.
cat came back on the very
I'll
next day.
I'll head on. I'll head on back then.
Where are you? Do you remember what happened? Fireflies.
Something like that. Cat was probably chasing fireflies. I'll be back. Give me 45 minutes.
All right.
And I drive on back.
Lonely on the way back.
So, Owen, you're taking samples from Orwell. What samples are you taking?
Ouch.
I need
Let
as
me-
well his muscles. Honestly, how much
I
could
don't
he
know how
be
you do
changed? Probably just
For
Orwell.
example,
Orwell,
Blood.
how old is your character? How old are you, Orwell?
I am, let me see, 33.
Okay. You smoke. Yeah, he went outside to the parking lot.
Occasionally, usually when stressed, which is
Man,
quite a
that,
lot. Of
your lungs, it feels like you are breathing in the freshest air. You've smoked for a long time, and you're used to kind of like that struggle to inhale, that hacking cough in the morning. But my God, you just feel robust. Like you are just breathing in that fresh Tennessee air.
I feel great, Doc. I honestly feel great.
Oh, I don't know about that, Chief. I'm gonna test his blood. I need to see.
Yeah, you test away. I feel great.
Yeah, I mean, Billy Ray felt pretty good. How hungry are you, by the way? Go for another burger?
Let's hear your lungs.
Can I eat? Well, I haven't eaten for a while. Yeah, actually, I wouldn't mind a curry.
I'm kind of walking over to the hotel room, like putting the bolt lock in. Like, yeah, we'll get some of that for you.
Do I need a restraining jacket?
His lungs sound like the perfect physical specimen of lung, like a young 18-year-old man who's never smoked a day in his life. The peak of health.
You sound quite healthy. More healthy than you were 3 hours ago.
Yeah.
Oscar, will say you arrive at the motel around this time.
All right, Oscar. Oscar, we need to do an exam on you.
I'm gonna double check the trunk of the car to make sure it doesn't smell like corpse.
Wow, to you.
Good. I'm assuming you took some sanitary precautions there.
Febreze.
What happened to me?
Yeah.
Where the hell did you go?
I disappeared in the car park.
All right, your turn. Come here.
Yeah,
draw some blood.
You damn,
we'll
right.
need gloves up this time for him at least.
Yes, I do need this arm.
I pretty much at this point, my gloves are just on the whole time. I'm like,
you didn't warm your bloody hands out, did you?
Yeah.
Got my base mask.
At least the next time when you get kidnapped by aliens, at least finish fucking digging.
I didn't have much of a say. I thought you were kidnapped.
Let me ask you.
You managed to get snagged right in the middle of your shift of digging that damn hole.
Well, you were watching my back. When you were watching my back, I got snagged.
Yeah, I was watching your back, and then it disappeared.
Agent Oscar, do you have any?
You pay off them aliens or something?
He's talking strangely.
Yeah, he's talking very strange.
Agent Oscar, do you have any scars that you're aware of on your body?
New one?
Old child? No, nothing new. An old childhood wound or anything like that? Cut on your hand or?
Let me check my character sheet real quick.
You feel exactly as you felt 3 hours ago. You don't observe any oddities.
I want to check and see if he's got any like wounds that have healed.
Okay. Well,
I'll check
cut,
Agent Orwell as well.
Yeah, that scar on my finger from a Coke can lid, the little tab things. Bastards are sharp. I mean, that scar's still there, so.
How about Agent Orwell? Does he have any scars that he had that are no longer there?
That nasty burn, gone.
Nasty burn is gone.
Oh, yeah.
That thing landed on his arm.
I forgot.
There's no evidence that it was ever there at all.
Okay. I'm kind of starting to see this, and I'm thinking, okay, I kind of want to take samples from everybody at this point.
I think you better put me under some sort of restraint and
I think we should.
Observation.
I'm gonna start taking samples from everybody, and
if I start changing for the worst, we need to monitor it and know what's going on.
All right, Orwell, into the bathtub.
I'm also pretty close.
You weren't much of a fun guy before, but now you're becoming a fun guy.
If I do, you're going to have to contain me.
Yeah. Well, hopefully we can find a way. Well, we don't even know if there's anything wrong. I guess I'm going to make the.
Not really. I don't know yet, but if we're going to avoid a bad situation, we better nip it in the bud and treat it as if I am until proven otherwise. Because
if you are, you're going with them in the morning.
Right.
Yeah.
We got a team coming to fetch you in the morning.
But let's.
I'm gonna make the test. So would that be?
Yeah, I mean, see what the
Sure.
docs say in the morning. I mean, I can hang around if
Well,
needed. I mean, I
Billy
feel
Ray
great.
had little scars on him.
That's
where
it's
his muscles.
a 66 out of 80. So
Ooh,
Okay,
that's
extreme
really
success.
good.
What were you looking for assessing on Orwell?
his blood, is it similar to the blood of Billy Ray at this point?
Yes.
Okay, so it's exactly what we fear.
Yes.
No little scars near his muscle. His ligament
Small parallel.
Do you want to
You
put
can
me
make
under and
medicine
check?
rolls. You can make medicine rolls.
We don't have like an X-ray, so
Oh.
we can't see his skeleton.
Well, you
How
can put me
did I-
under and check for yourselves.
How did I fail my medicine roll?
As long as I've got as an
You don't
anesthetic, you can
see
look.
anything. You don't see. No, it's all good.
Maybe they manifest later. Fucking. Do you feel
So
like you
what
want to
it-
lay on a pizza?
We need to quarantine him right now. We also need to quarantine. I'm going to test Agent Oscars as well, and I guess do I need to roll it again?
No, I'll let it. You had that extreme. We'll let it carry. Agent Oscar seems like perfectly normal. Like not
I'm
perfect, but like normal, exactly as he's always been.
Your white blood cell count's a little high, but other than that, like you're good, dude. So I give Agent Oscar the green, but I pretty much just look at Agent Orwell and I'm like, we have to put you in the bathroom. I'm sorry.
That's not a problem.
Orwell, do you feel hungry?
Well, I haven't eaten for a few hours, so I'll probably do.
Does it feel like your head's disappearing?
I feel great. But I look like my head's disappearing.
I mean, there's the test to see if he heals suddenly, like Billy Ray did. Of course, Billy Ray it took him a few days before he started to manifest these. Do you feel in pain? No?
No. I feel like I've never smoked a cigarette in my life. And I feel great.
Well, it's probably the regenerative abilities. Like fungus grows far faster than our tissue would. So obviously,
Well, they did do something to me. They managed to do it in the timeline when they could get me back here before I could get back.
Over the course of 3 hours, you've pretty much.
I lost about 2.
Well, over here we counted about 3.
Well, because I had to finish burying,
True.
I lost about 2.
So less than 3 hours. In less than 3 hours, someone was able to completely change Agent Orwell from a normal human being.
I'll hand over my firearm.
Something else.
I take it.
And I think you should cuff me.
No.
That might be premature.
That's too extreme. We don't.
That's better than me driving around beating in gas station attendants.
We'll know before that happens. Billy Ray wasn't like Billy Ray was taken over by an alien entity. He was just in extreme pain and
okay. But I hand my firearm in just for safety's sake.
I would also hope that you're slightly less hormonal than Mr. Spouty.
I haven't got no ill effects. I'm just thinking ahead just to make sure if anything does go wrong, we can minimize it.
I feel a little odd.
If at the end of the day I become too much of a threat, you're going to have to neutralize me.
Well, let's cross that bridge when we get there, and not before.
That's the worst case scenario, Orwell. But it's
it's
not going to be the worst case.
To bear in mind, there's no use me pretending it's not going to happen. It might happen. So,
well, if it does happen, it will be painless and quick.
Oh, I trust you.
Has he always spouted smoke out of his nose?
When did he start disappearing? When did he start disappearing?
I don't know.
So what do you guys want to do?
Oh boy.
We need to go. There's a lot we need to go. We need to go to the farm.
9-10 o'clock at night.
All right.
Still early.
I think we need to start moving now because
I'll dink around with I'll dink around with Scott's computer for an hour and then head in.
Okay.
I think we should probably get up really early and go out before things are open. We need like tomorrow, like we have a deadline essentially tomorrow.
Well, and they'll be here at 7 a.m.
Exactly.
Right.
So on Scott's computer, you find a couple of things. You find a file called Groversville Notebook, a file oddly labeled just SZE, T. And that does not, like the rest of his files are very neatly organized. So that seems a little strange. And then an audio file called Message.
What time was the message recorded or downloaded?
About 4 days ago.
4 days.
Start there.
All right. Yep.
Can we
Terrifying.
speed that up or slow it
do
down?
I have any audio manipulation software on my computer?
You do, yes.
All right. Well, I will plug that into Audacity and see what it does at different speeds.
1990.
Okay. You play with it a little bit, you speed it up, you slow it down, you play it in reverse, all of that. And then you think you light on something that sounds intelligible.
Dealing with. It's been a long time and we have many things to do and you are not sure what you are doing. Stop now. Stop now.
Was that even? That was almost like something inhuman trying to mimic human.
We have been waiting a long time. You have failed. Stop now, something like that.
All right. Well, I'm going to save the modified version on my computer and the original.
Does the high pitch doesn't sound to me, but I asked them, does this high pitched buzzing noise, does it sound familiar?
Orwell or Oscar?
It does.
It
does,
does?
Oscar. Yeah.
Oh,
Sounds strangely like that weird buzzing noise you've heard.
All right. So that high pitched whine,
Insect-like,
It's like a whisperer in the darkness.
like a mosquito. Yeah.
It's like a bad tick just burrowing in your ear.
Yep. So that I heard that when the lights showed up and Orwell did his disappearing act.
Or you do remember that too, vaguely. Lights and that weird noise.
Yep.
Nice.
I'm gonna start looking at the Gainesville notes.
Okay.
Livestock mutilations, Margaret Allison, Jeremy Dark, Jeff Owens. We already. Yep. Livestock alterations. Well, at least he was taking good notes here. Jenny there.
We should definitely check out Robert Gum.
The aldermen never go home. Aldermen never go home. I'm reading that right at the bottom of the notes, right?
Yep. Yes, you are.
What?
Well, Oliver, I think I owe you a beer.
Aldermen never go home.
We need to follow up on that father, the alderman.
Yep.
I think we need to follow up on all of them if they
Janie's answers to me were kind of general. they didn't sound like my daddy went to this university and he studied this and this is where he works and
Or
Mama acts like her brain's been erased.
It's like her mother.
Yeah.
We need
Daddy always calmed us down.
Just, only question is where is Daddy now?
Probably down at the town hall, city hall, government building, downtown Groversville, hanging out with his little cabal.
I wouldn't be surprised, though, if you went down there and found out that they don't know who you're talking about. This might be our secret underground scientist lab.
Yeah, could be.
Or their political cover.
My only question is that how long do we sit on this till tomorrow morning? Because
we've got one more file to check, but I think we do. I don't want to go creeping around the government building in the middle of the night.
Well, to be honest with you,
you want to go creeping around the government building in the middle of the day?
I feel the sooner we act, the better, because I'm completely willing. You're gonna call me crazy. I'm willing to take Orwell with us. His improved athletics and strength could be of great use. And if we want to act before he starts to lose it, we need to act now, dead of night. We need to hit them hard and fast. We can't sit on this. We know now.
I'll stay here with the girl. I'm not as athletic as you all are.
I mean, I'm a chemist.
At least to get a look around. There might be something.
And I do have a Colt 1911 specifically enough.
And my gun.
I'm in the lab just with my hey guys.
A good gun.
Chemistry today.
The tarot cards say that it's silver.
So the four of us are going to go down to the county building, the city building.
Let's see if there's cars out at.
There won't be. This
10 o'clock. 10 o'clock. Sure there is. 93. They're still around.
And we're going to take Orwell with us. I'm willing to rearm him. He seems fairly fine. We're just going to get him drive through on the way there.
Okay. So Orson, Owen, Oscar, and Orwell are going to town hall.
Yep.
Very good. And Oliver, are you sitting with Janie? Are you just?
I'll sit in the front room. It's a motel, so
yeah, just wondering.
Well, I don't know that it would be. I'll just sit in the chair if she wants to sleep.
Okay. Yeah, she seems like a very just sweet, scared kid. Like you don't think she's going anywhere or anything like that.
I'll sit in.
She seems very compliant with what you're asking her to do. Okay. So you go to town hall and there are no cars in the parking lot.
Lights in the building?
You can make search rolls.
That's just a pass.
That's a fail.
Okay. Or well, you can make a search roll. You all are looking to see if there's any lights on in town hall.
Fail.
Okay.
I think I made it.
Okay. Or Owen and Orwell, you're all walking around town hall and it looks, all the lights are off, but then Owen and Orwell, this is what you notice. At first you think, okay, lights are off. But the back of the building where you would expect to at least see like a darkened room or curtains closed, it looks like these windows have just been covered.
Like newsprint?
It's exactly like
dark paper, something that keeps the light out.
It's exactly like the apartment. It's exactly like the ufologist department. He was keeping the light out.
Approach with caution. And do you want me to go in first?
Yeah, if you don't mind.
Well, I say there's no point everyone getting contaminated. I mean, if I'm already done, I mean.
We give you your handgun back, obviously.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, we didn't pick up drive-through for you on the way here.
He's not hungry yet.
I am actually.
We have also got some long guns from the green box.
That's what I was
We've
doing.
got that door ram as well, haven't we? We've got something to knock the door down.
The battering ram. We do have a SWAT battering ram.
So we could probably use that.
Is the door locked? Is the back door nearest that room locked?
It is, but you all saw Agent Oscar, kind of deftly open the motel room for Scott Adams. So
after 30 minutes.
Locks are tricky.
All right, Oscar, go to it.
All right.
Keep a lookout.
When he smacks the door down, I'll go in.
Oh, this.
We're going to try
Takes you a little
lock picking
while.
first.
Surprise.
Takes you a little while.
Has better locks than the motel.
While he's working the lock, I want the rest of you to make alertness rolls.
Yes, that's a pass.
34 on 50, so pass.
Is this a half tumbler in there? What the hell are they doing?
You can hear, you hear the sounds of talking. You hear the sounds of voices, but then what strikes you as odd is that they're all kind of talking at once, like over each other, on top of each other. There's no I talk, then you talk, and no pauses in between. It's just this jumble of voices.
Almost like a hive mind.
Constantly talking.
Can we make out how many voices are?
Sounds like about 6.
Really?
6 aldermen.
So
Right.
Oscar eventually, works, and click. Door
Okay.
pops open.
Open the door very slowly and very quietly with my gun drawn.
You can make a sneak roll. It's just one person needs to do it.
Judging by my dice roll, no, I can't.
So
Hello!
and this is what you see. Your minds don't, you almost don't know what you're looking at. The voices, you hear blah, 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 talking over each other, and they're actually talking about government stuff. You hear things about bylaws and voting and things like that. But what you see in front of you is this puddle of goo and 6 faces kind of morphing out of the goo to speak. And then when you creak open that door, it rises up into this giant 10-foot blob. The faces appear out. The multiple arms are coming out of it and grasping. You can all make sanity rolls.
I thought that was coming. Cool. I roll a 19.
Huh. That's funny. I failed.
I failed. I failed my sanity roll.
D8. A D8 if you fail.
And here we go. That's
I'm not
5
if you pass.
points.
What's a pass?
I let off a few shots out of panic, but apart from that, I'm all right.
3. Okay.
4.
I'm not temporarily insane.
And Orwell, it's D4 sanity damage for passing.
Right.
But you steel yourself. This is what you're here for. All right. What's everyone's dex? Just so I have that.
My dexterity is 55.
All right.
65.
We're going dex times 5.
For Owen. Yes, dex times 5. Orson is 60.
Yeah, 55.
55 is Oscar. Just a second, pull out my calculator. All right. So this thing with its terrible arms, limbs flying, it goes and just kind of throws its weight at all of you to take kind of a blow. It's using its body as a weapon.
Mhm.
Let's see. You can dodge this. There is plenty of cover. There's desks and chairs. There's all the things you'd expect in a town hall.
Attempt to dodge. Ooh, I made it.
Oh, my dodge.
You fail dodge, you take 4 damage as it slams into you and you
Ow.
fall to the ground.
With my feet.
If you,
How many was that? I failed.
4.
Okay.
Owen, you're up.
Oh. All right. So I've just been thrown across the room by a giant blob with faces. And I'm starting to rethink my choices in life as I'm like, man, I'm a chemist as I draw my my handgun and just start I don't even get up from the floor where I'm laying. Just like, I'm going to just start firing at it.
Very well.
So firearms. All right, baby. That is just a pass. That's like,
okay. Roll damage.
All right.
So much for not attracting attention.
It threw me across the floor. It's personal. Ooh, I got 5.
He's asking for it. Yeah, he's asking for it.
Screams in pain. Orson, you're up.
I'm turning and fleeing for the car. I want to grab that second bag of lye we've got in there.
Very well. Orson turns and runs. You're not sure what he's up to. Oscar and Orwell, you both are tied for next. So whoever wants to act first.
I'm going to open fire if I'm able to after being hit. But my shot goes wide.
Okay.
It's a giant blob. How can you miss it?
Oscar.
I got 70 and I rolled 80. So, yeah. It's a knock. I was about to shoot him and the blob knocked me, and that's why the shot went askew.
All right.
I think they need to tighten up shooting regulations in the FBI.
I'll squeeze off 2 shots again.
Go ahead.
First shot is a miss. Second shot is a hit.
Okay. Roll damage.
Okay.
At least one of us hit.
Even with the disadvantage.
Owen hit.
Yeah. I mean, it helps when I roll double lot for that 10 die twice. So
I have a 50 and I rolled a 50.
Oh, you rolled extreme success?
Me?
it's
No.
I thought you said double
it's
lot.
an
It's
8
11?
with the
Oh, okay. Sorry. I heard 11. Sorry.
yeah.
All right. So what's the damage?
2.
Okay. All right. It is screaming in pain and thrashing, but it kind of swings in the air uselessly. Owen, what are you doing?
Well, I probably want to get up and probably at least get out of this. Probably back to just a little bit back, probably follow Orson, but
Okay.
I'm not like retreating it. I'm more just kind of don't really want to be in range of this thing, and also closer to the vehicle if we need to get out of here real quick.
Okay, fair enough.
I don't think I can handle a large blob quite well. as I'd
Heck
like to.
yeah.
And Orson.
So I'm grabbing that bag and heading right back in as fast as I can.
And you chucking it at the
I use my pocket knife to open the bag and just throw it like a bomb at the middle of the thing.
Okay, we'll treat it like lethality rules. So it has, we'll say it has 15% lethality. So you roll your D100. If it doesn't roll under 15, it doesn't kill it, but you sum the value of the 2 dice as if they were both ones. I'm sorry, I'll walk you through it. I know that's
okay.
I'm sorry. Lethality rules in Delta Green are a little weird.
Cool.
How'd you do?
I hope that I got a 0-2.
Oh yeah. So it's screaming and it's melting and it's It
You
is
managed
not doing well.
Managed to get most of the lie in the mouths.
Yes. But it seems it's clearly in death throes. You do hear sirens kind of far off.
Nice one, Agent Awesome. Nice one.
No, let's get the hell out of here.
Yeah, but I'm backing out.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna get in the car as well.
You want to grab samples?
I mean, it's not dead. Do
Time
you
to
wanna
go.
collect
No,
samples?
we're
All
gone.
right.
We're gone.
All right.
Look at the thrashing monster.
I think the most we could learn.
Should we burn the building down afterwards?
Now.
Do
Well,
you
yeah.
want to leave that evidence behind?
That's
Start
the
a fire.
question.
Well, that was the thing is I don't.
Start a fire.
You know what? I go into the back of the trunk and I grab the 6 sticks of TNT and I just throw it at it. I light it and just throw it into the middle and say, "Drive, drive!" And I want to, yeah.
I said start a fire. Didn't mean
Oh.
blow up the block.
Well, if we blow up the blob, there won't be anything left of it. They'll just be like, "Oh,
That's
some
true.
kids blew some shit
Just
up."
six dynamite into the whole block.
I'm trying to get rid of it as much as possible.
It's a good plan.
Tossing
That's-
grenades is an athletics skill.
Okay.
You do not want to fail this. Critically, anyway.
Well, probably. I don't know if I would. That's
No.
my plan. I'm telling. I'll do it.
Yep.
This is going to.
Are you throwing it? Are you?
No.
Sorry, are you at the
Fumble,
door
whatever
frame? when
you
you're
do,
throwing
just
this?
don't fumble.
Oh, well, like at the blob.
Don't overthink it now. He's doing it. Just
Yep,
go.
Just do it. Yep, roll for it.
That is
Just
a
don't fumble.
36, and I
Okay.
have a athletics of 30.
It doesn't blow up in your hand, but it doesn't hit its target. So you've thrown it, down side street of Main Street, Groversville, Tennessee.
Doorway's bigger. The doorway's bigger than it was.
And now it's time to drive away at about 25 miles an hour.
Got to cover up traces of it. We can't just leave that thing laying around for normal police to find. That's what I mean. We'll start a fire or something. To
It's going to be a mess with all that lie on it. There won't be much left
I was just trying to get. I thought
to explain.
all right.
they'll probably just think it was like some kids doing a prank. That's what I was.
They'd probably call us in to look into it, won't they? So we just have to cover it up if we.
So you're driving off back to the motel. All right. Agent Oliver, you hear them pull up in the parking lot.
Driving so fast.
We
Oliver,
pulled
that
the
may
parking
not
lot.
have been quite as successful as we had hoped.
We pull into the parking lot very casually.
Like I said, 25 miles an hour.
You're
We
back.
get out of the car very casually.
Smooth as
Oh,
silk.
did I lose you?
We can still hear you. Yeah, there you go. You're fine.
Yeah.
So how did things go? Did you find out anything?
Oh, yeah.
Any
Well,
gigantic, horrible plasmic creatures that
Precisely.
Yeah. it's
That
funny you say
apparently all the aldermen had become.
This town is infested with this. This is like an outbreak at this point. Like, this isn't contained. This whatever is happening to everybody in town.
What did you do? Did you set the room on fire or?
So
we did something.
melted the blob with lye, and then we blew up the side of the building with dynamite. I'm sure that'll
You didn't shut the
cover
rest of the
some
building,
things
though.
up.
We
No.
got reasonably near with the dynamite.
Well,
I was.
We were
Agent
sirens
Orwell.
were responding to
Agent
the town.
Orwell might be correct in that if we go out there as the FBI, they'll think that we're there to investigate the bombing.
True.
It might have given us a way back, right back in. We're just trying to
Maybe
use it.
create incidents and then turn around and drive back and investigate. But we keep ourselves employed for years.
Perfect.
We're the secret. We're the terrorists the whole time.
We should see if Delta Green can manage to do something where if they try to call the FBI, they get us.
Could we swing that with them?
They might be able to do it. I mean, the Delta Green really controls.
We've got a cell phone while we're kind of driving back. Why? What was that? I think I heard an explosion.
Nobody saw you driving away.
We didn't
far as we
seem
know.
to see the cops. We heard sirens heading our way, I believe.
The guns you have are untraceable.
Of course.
Yeah, standard FBI.
We might be okay. Hopefully there wasn't something more and worse inside.
But Agent Oscar got plenty of light on it.
I don't
He
think.
really
Yeah,
well.
No, I mean,
don't
you only
think
saw
there'd
one
be
room.
worse.
What, there could be more rooms.
Something worse than what we saw?
Yeah, it was big. It was boss-like.
It's,
Yeah. They didn't look very happy either.
It was some sort of mimic trying to mimic.
Very unsocial.
And
No,
it was
they,
just
they
one.
were talking about local government. It
was just one blob.
One blob with the heads of the aldermen sort of on elongated necks, babbling to each other about parliamentary procedures.
Otherwise, it was a big blobby creature like the small thing that we.
exactly like it. Yes.
Much, much, much bigger.
Much larger.
With
Much
pseudopods that laid.
He smacked
Or-
Dr.
or
Owen off the room.
It threw me across the room. That's why I started fire.
You were flying. But he landed and got a shot off, which is.
But they didn't. It didn't look like the six men were standing there. It just looked like the blob with the talky heads.
It looked like a blob with the six men in it somehow.
It's almost like
They-
my working theory is now is that almost it's like certain fungus almost do this with insects where they'll send neurological signals to their brain to get them to like come together and mass in certain locations and eventually just grow over them, using them as like using their bodies as fuel. And I think that's almost what we have here.
What if it was a mimic that was trying to replace them? You know, like Body Snatcher style. What if that's what we're seeing here? Because Billy
It might
Ray,
have metamorphosizing into them at the time when we disturbed it, you mean? If we'd given it more time, it might have split into different councilmen.
Well, I'm thinking that it's more like the six councilmen were infected and had grown together. They were still retaining some of their own memories and discussion, and yet they were now part of this larger amorphous
and they were all
thing.
talking at the same time. You said that's
Right.
interesting. What if that's what the whole what
are we doing now?
We can go back.
No, we'll see if we can get. We'll see if Delta Green can reroute phone calls to us so that we can put a stamper on any kind of public panic.
Perhaps the bomb will be.
I mean, we can flash our badges and say we've got a call to turn up and check it out.
Do we want to head back out right now?
What's that?
Are we going to head back right now or tomorrow morning?
No, we'll wait until the process goes through. But we've still got Delta Green showing up in the morning.
I'll call our contact,
Derringer.
Tell them the situation is quite almost out of hand, but we can keep it under wraps still.
Agent Oliver, I'm worried that this could be like, we need to start checking if people aren't showing up for work. What if there's just hundreds of these things in people's houses? Just are there missing people reports? We need to start like checking this, because if this has been able to grow in this amount of time, this is
we're talking about shutting down the whole town.
This is quarantine procedures now.
Well, first we need to ensure that we get carte blanche to investigate the rest of the town hall.
See what Delta.
I'll work on that.
Okay. Yep. Derringer picks up the phone. Another status report.
Yep. and a favor to ask.
All right, go ahead.
This secure?
Yes, this is a secure line.
All right. So in a few hours, because this town is in the same county or region.
Of same county of region of what? Knoxville?
Yeah.
Knoxville's about 2 hours west. So
Okay, so different jurisdiction, actually.
yes. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we need to ensure there was an incident at the town hall.
All right.
We need to ensure that we get put on this case as FBI agents. So if anything, if anyone out of town calls for outside assistance, have it redirect to us.
I believe we could manage that. We have officially FBI agents are in the area investigating something. So that, yes, that will be the story. You're already there. We'll have you investigating that as well.
All right. Very good.
Right.
And what's the cover for the cleanup crew that's arriving tomorrow? Well,
try to spin it into drug warfare. That's the angle we've been trying to go with Spivey. Spin it into
all right. So we're getting
territory wars, something like that.
We're getting a black van.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. All right. Yeah, that'll work.
All right. 7 o'clock.
Yep. All right, gentlemen. So we've got the redirect will be put on the case here. We need to ensure that our conspiracy nut friends stay away from our cleaning van because it's gonna be conspicuous. We're not getting anything like friendly local cleaners showing up. It'll be conspicuous. So we might have to run some interference on that. At the very least, we need to wipe their tapes. Outside of that, play it by ear. We need to do a full sweep on that town hall once we get called in tomorrow.
Do we need to close down the motel? We could tell the proprietors that we've discovered some sort of a biological infection. I mean, a germ or mold or something.
Honestly, we could just say we found black mold. Just say, hey, that's enough to close
smallpox infection. That way, it has to be cleaned up and sterilized and everything like that.
Tell her that
if we were getting a friendly local cleaners, black mold would be good.
That's what I'm thinking. Something mundane, but scary enough to be.
We could also just tell her that we're the FBI and they need to clear out because there's something going down.
That too.
All they'll ever know is that there's something went down.
Yeah. A sting off.
Somebody intimidating needs to do that. I'm far too kind.
Well, hopefully there's not much left of that blob monster. I was kind of hoping the TNT would take out most of it.
Well, they won't know what they're seeing anyway.
I wasn't expecting the TNT. I must admit.
If we've cut them off, then... Well, the TNT is a good thing, too. It makes the building unstable.
That was the thing.
They'll be very reluctant to go inside.
Yeah.
I just wanted to make it as messed up, just so it's like they don't want. It's like
that's the explosion.
I felt like we kind of it was left this thing covered in lye on like this inside the building. I feel like they were going to see that very easily.
What is it doing?
Well, if it's a big mess, that would be fine, right? They'll investigate. They'll wonder what it all is. If it's still alive, or if it's still holding the shape of the aldermen's heads, that's very bad. That will be very alien looking. That needed to be cleaned up.
Well,
Yep.
whatever they see, they won't be able to explain, and we'll cover it all up eventually, and then
That's explosion.
they'll just look like crackpots saying things for the newspaper.
I think the explosion can actually help us in the sense that in the end, even if they see the heads, we can just say, "Oh, it was
Drug wars.
Exactly. We can blame it on this new drug violence and just blame the casualties and say that the aldermen of the city council were killed in a drug hit.
We don't know that they are. Like I say, what if the thing was just mimicking them?
But they
What if
never
they were
go
someone
home.
else?
They never go home.
I'm still banking on
Yeah,
them
right now
being
we
mad
don't
scientists in a lab somewhere. But
right now we don't know enough to make a judgment call on that one.
well, I guess we're going to wait until the morning. I would
Yep.
like to get some sleep if that's all right.
Get as much sleep as possible. It's going to be a long one tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
Orwell,
Make
you
sure
feeling
that
all right?
Make sure that Agent Orwell doesn't snuggle up next to you and take you
I
away.
won't sleep. I won't be sleeping. I've got a sleeping disorder. And after what's happened to me, I don't think I'll be sleeping at all. So I'll probably be up all night.
All right.
So you go off to bed. I would like each of you to make a willpower roll, please.
77. Is that a pass?
Oh, baby.
Completely found.
An eyeglass.
That's a solid pass.
Pass here.
I rolled it. 100.
I failed.
Mine is an extreme fail.
Mine's extreme fail.
I've got 70, pal, and I got a 77.
Very well.
My
Orson
parents-
and Oscar, the two of you passed. Something wakes you up in the night, like this kind of buzzy noise.
Oh.
You wake up, but then it passes. It's gone.
Nah. I'll take a little throw on sweats and gun and walk around the motel. I mean, do the perimeter.
Sure.
I may or may not jump you as you walk by my door.
You can make a search roll.
That is a pass. No, that is a fail. Sorry. Fail.
Very well.
54. I'll use luck points. Oh,
No, there's no luck in Delta Green, sadly. That's okay.
Right.
Okay.
If I open my door and just peek out, do I see anything?
You can make search roll.
It's a miracle. Yeah. All right. It's the second time this entire scenario Agent Oscar has passed a search roll.
You see multicolored lights moving off into the distance, and then they're gone.
Shit.
did I see the same
Uh,
thing?
Yeah, I'm just gonna softly knock on the agent door.
If Oscar
agent
points it
door.
out to you, then yeah, you'll see it.
Okay, Oscar's here. Let's check on everybody, Oscar.
You hear that too?
Knock, knock, knock. Yep, I heard it. You said you saw something?
Yeah. Well, I saw a snag, some lights heading off that way.
Well, the last time you saw and heard lights and buzzing, Orwell disappeared. So let's
Yeah.
check on Orwell, Oliver, and Owen.
And Janie.
Janie's where you left her. Orwell and Owen are, woken from a slumber. Oliver doesn't answer the door.
Bathroom anyway.
What do you want?
All right, here.
My
let me-
back hurts.
I just managed to get some sleep and you woke me up. What happened?
Yeah, your lights and buzzing is back. We got to.
There.
Get into Oliver's room.
I'm gonna open this.
We've got Oliver.
Oliver's door here.
He's not answering his door.
Yep. I'm gonna pick Oliver's door.
All right. Yeah.
See if I can actually pick this one without, timing out, I guess. That's a pass. Huzzah.
He's not in his room. As tidy as he always is, but he's not there.
There.
All right.
Where?
No.
What?
Oliver's missing.
He's not in the parking lot, is he? He's not in the bathroom, is he?
Check my watch.
Well, I was locked up in the bathroom, wasn't I? So
About 3 a.m.
Do we know what room the UFO guys were in?
Yeah, we'll say you saw them kind of. Yeah, they were sharing a room, the room 4 down the way.
I'm gonna go by their room and just see if I can look in the window.
I'm going to hang around the car park because that's where I appeared. So if he has disappeared, he might appear in the car park again.
That's what I was thinking too.
Yeah, you see the like vague lumpy shapes of people in beds over with the UFO guys.
Yeah, I'll just softly pad along, see if I can look into any other rooms and see if anyone's missing.
I mean, some have people, some don't. You're not sure if that means they're missing or if that room wasn't booked.
Okay. So all we know, so the one confirmed missing person is Oliver.
Yes.
Shit.
And his room is immaculate. Like it's just something like
he always leaves it. He's a very
much. So what you're telling me is aliens in their UFO flew down, abducted him, and now he's gone. Just like Orwell, just like Billy Ray, just like everyone in this town.
Who knows? All right.
you guys gonna do?
Well, if we don't get the call tomorrow to investigate City Hall, we have a missing person from our team.
I'm going to keep an eye on the car park.
That sounds like carte blanche to me.
I have an idea. I have a feeling that he will be returned because that's what it seems like. Everyone returns over the course of a few hours
or days.
Or days. True.
So are you guys
either way it works towards our advantage?
Are you keeping vigil over the car park, or
I'll keep vigil, so I won't be sleeping anyway, so I might as well sit outside and keep waiting.
What direction did they fly off in, Oscar? You said you saw lights?
Yeah, what perpendicular to where the motel is facing, or
kind of like if you're staring out, they were heading north out past.
Okay.
We follow them, we could intercept them. We might be able to get him in time before they alter him.
Maybe.
If they didn't just fly up into the sky, they're landing somewhere. It's like maybe they're not aliens. Maybe they're just why it sounds like aliens, but okay.
Can any of you sleep in the car?
Actually, I'm sitting outside in the car park and I can't sleep. So you get some sleep. I'll keep watch.
Yeah. If you want to drive, we can try and drive north.
We're not going to be able to keep up with that.
Well, and
the lights
were gone a long time ago. We picked a lock and searched and chatted and.
Plus, we want to be here when he gets back. Because if we're all out looking elsewhere and he comes back, there's going to be no one here for him.
True. I guess it's just a good idea to keep in mind which direction they went and maybe cross-reference with stuff we know. Like the list of that Billy Ray, not Billy Ray, the ufologist had.
Yep.
Is it north where the farms are, or is that towards the reservoir?
Farmland's mostly north.
Okay.
It's not in the direction of the town hall, is it?
No, not really. No.
Okay. So that coincides with the cattle mutilations.
Yeah.
So you guys get some sleep if you are inclined to do so. keep vigil over the parking lot if that is what you were inclined to do. Agent Oliver, you wake up in your bed. It's kind of early, maybe 6 o'clock in the morning.
Do I feel like I slept, or do I feel like I'm...
What strikes you immediately, as all of us who wear glasses all the time know, you open your eyes and the world is so bright and clear. You don't have your glasses on, but you see everything perfectly.
Hi. My glasses. Should I put them on? Or is everything blurry?
Yeah, like you wrong prescription.
Oh dear. I start looking myself over.
The rest of you looks normal.
Go in and I look at myself in the mirror.
Yeah, your eyes. What color were your eyes
Green.
before? Maybe they're like a brown now.
All right. Well, I'm not going to wake everybody up, but as soon as people start waking up.
Well, the car's coming at 7. So
What time is it?
6.
All right. Well, I'll clean up then the way I would normally clean up. Put everything on, and so by 6:15, I'm dressed and I step out the door to see if anybody's there.
They're all standing in the car park.
Where the fuck did you go?
Good morning. What do you mean?
Oliver,
You weren't in your room last night.
How did you get?
Orwell, you didn't nod off, did you?
No,
Oh, I slept. I slept.
I can't sleep if I wanted to.
you were missing around 3 a.m. Oscar woke us all up. He woke up to this buzzing, the insect buzzing.
Buzzing,
Yes.
Lats, the works. You were gone.
We had to lock.
Yes,
the door
apparently
open.
so. My eyesight is now 20/20. Apparently, my eye color has changed, and I seem to be growing a full head of hair again. So obviously,
ain't
these
that
aliens
just
are very
peachy?
good and very helpful.
Well, ain't that just peachy?
Yes, I must have been abducted. I don't know. I don't remember anything. I just remember waking up this morning.
Do you even think it's necessary for me to take blood samples from you at this point? I will, but
I mean, it's not a problem.
Well,
We're already fine.
What blood type are you, Oliver?
I'm negative. I don't know,
All
but
right,
yes.
We get you checked again and see if that's changed at all.
It's actually quite valuable because
But we'll put that on the back burner.
I can assess. I know myself, and I know my aches and pains, and I don't seem to have any. And my eyesight is clear like it was when I was a child. But I don't feel any different. Am I able to remember my childhood, my friends,
Oh yeah.
I can
All the
remember
normal
everything
memories.
clearly. I remember all of your secret identifications. I don't seem to know anything more than I knew before.
But his eye color has changed.
My eye color has changed.
Almost like your eyes were replaced.
Oh God, I hope not. Well, yes, they could have been because they're much clearer now. Do they? I mean, it's almost too much to take. But am I myself, or am I someone else? I don't know. I don't feel any different. That's very important because you don't know whether Billy Ray feels different or Janie. Right. I don't feel any different except that I feel healthier.
I just wish we could somehow check Orwell, for example, to see if he's got surgical, if maybe something was his lungs replaced.
Let's do something. If the premise is that I've been fixed or healed, Agent Orwell has been fixed or healed. We're not sure about Oscar. He says he seems the same as he did before, but he also was exposed. We've got Agent Orson and Agent Owen. Perhaps we should
Oscar's blood test came back fine. He was as normal as he was when he left.
Perhaps we should have a secret password that only we would know, so that if I was a replacement, then I wouldn't know it. Or if Owen gets replaced or Orson gets replaced, or
I was thinking
to make sure that we're the same.
You seem to be the same, and that's not a bad idea, but I'm thinking this is more along the lines of experimentation with our species as opposed to like body snatching and replacements.
Exactly.
Like,
Oliver, you don't.
What we would do to them if we call them.
It's just a very strange thing to look into the mirror and see eyes that you don't recognize. Very strange.
You don't feel hungry, do you?
They're just doing to us what we would do to them if we call them.
I don't feel famished, but I could go for a grand slam over at Denny's.
Okay.
Well, that's a good call.
But you're not like excruciatingly hungry.
No, and I don't feel any pain. I don't feel anything like
Orwell, how do you feel? Do you feel hungry?
Andy, well, could do a breakfast like normal, but I haven't got a raving appetite.
So it almost seems like they're getting better with each subject.
Could be.
What if the pain aspect of Billy Ray was that he wasn't fully mature? Maybe they were growing pains, only they were accelerated by in the same way that Janie's pregnancy seems to be.
It's a theory.
Janie had similar aches, pains, complaints early on in her scenario.
But true, you've only been infected or changed, altered
I don't
for one
feel
day.
Compromised. I don't feel compromised, but I might be compromised. Orwell might be compromised. We don't know.
Those aldermen were still talking professionally, though over each other as part of that blob. So they retained memories of who they were and what they were about.
I test his blood now.
Sure.
Okay.
Very similar.
That is,
at this point, you know what you're looking for.
Yeah. And it was a.
I wouldn't even make you roll for it because.
Okay. I figured that it.
Orwell and Billy Ray and Janie and Oliver and
so
as you all
I'm keeping these notes just like I'm trying to keep a track of who we know who's infected that were changed.
As you're all debating this, the black sedan drives up, who to look for, yes, to take Janie away. Two men get out of the vehicle and they're carrying these like milk jugs. And one of them's carrying milk jugs, one of them's carrying spray bottles. And they said, all right, the lab managed to isolate the compound that was causing Spivey's condition. What we've managed to do now is create a solution that when sprayed would indicate to the user that something has been compromised by the same material that Spivey was found within him. So we got, and spray bottle. Here's the compound. It's pretty self-explanatory.
Well,
thank
let's spray ourselves.
Exactly. We should all spray ourselves.
Yep.
Just to check.
Are you waiting for them to take Janie away and all of
Yes.
that?
We'll
yes.
show them and Adams's rooms.
Okay. And they do all the cleanup, everything else. So
I tell them to be reassured, Janie, that everything will be all right and that she's going to the same place that Billy Ray is. She'll be able to see him.
Okay.
And of course, I'm saying this all while looking at the other agents going,
She's going to get a shot.
Of course.
she's going to get dissected, probably.
Think of the
Well, they'll
rabbits,
probably
Janie.
let that thing pop out of her and see what it is. But yeah.
Okay.
And then they'll probably give her a medical bill at the end of it.
And spraying Orwell and Oliver.
So
Yes.
Here we
when
go.
you spray Orwell and Oliver, first of all, the thing you notice, it's purple. That's the compound that highlights like a purple color whenever it lights onto something with that material. And immediately you notice it is very dark around Oliver's eyes, and you can see the tiny microscopic cuts. It's like they light up all around his eyes. And you spray Orwell and the same on his chest, the tiny little microscopic, but it's like a little road map. When you use the spray, you can see it so clearly. But also, it lingers in the air and it lingers on your skin, all of you. It's just hanging there.
Like spores in the air.
Kind of like spores in the air, yeah.
We've all been compromised.
We've all been inhaling it.
Yeah.
It's a fungus, remember? They release spores. It's been in the air in this town the whole time. There's no telling how many people could be infected by this point.
I'm downwind.
Call Delta Green and tell them to send that van right.
Time to
Holly, can I roll a sanity check because
Yeah, you can all roll sanity. You all need to roll sanity checks.
No, me specifically because I have PTSD from the Bhopal disaster.
Yeah.
Oh,
when
5.
I let 3,000 people die in India.
Did you? I'll go guilty conscience as well.
All right. If you pass, it is D4. Fail, it is D8. As you realize,
Oh,
Wow.
God.
it's everywhere.
I
A
have
loot tree.
a critical success.
and if you've crossed that breaking point business,
The 5
Take it out on your wife when you get home.
Oh,
Is it you crossed the breaking point or you passed 5 or more sandy loss? Or both?
oh, that would be both.
Okay. So your immediate reaction is fight, flee, or submit. I'll let you decide what your character would most likely do.
So at the breaking point,
No, I've
Oh, no,
passed
you're
it.
right. You passed the breaking point. All right.
okay. So
Well-
if you're at the breaking point, it's fine.
Oh, excellent. Good to know. I thought it was at or less. Very well.
I'm asking for clarification.
No, I'm
Oh.
3 points below the
Pass.
breaking point.
It's oh, you are past your breaking point.
I am
All right.
past my breaking point.
All right.
Because I'm very conveniently at.
Ooh, no, it's past. It is past. I see that now.
It's
The
past? Okay.
the words are past the breaking point. All right.
Delightful.
Oh no, hold on. Okay. Well, with that, we are actually going to close out the session for the evening as we leave you with the knowledge that you have all been compromised.
Goodness.
Hey, Holly.
Our players included Simon Ward, John Hicks, Dexter Yoakum, Brian Daly, and myself with Holly Buto as the handler. We have a Discord server where you can chat with our other members. You can set up private games, and you can learn the finer arts of gameplay and game mastering. We provide audio-only versions of our shows free for you to download from Podbean or iTunes. If you'd like to help support our show, please visit our Patreon account. Just $1 or $2 a month will help us a lot. Like, share, and subscribe to our channel, and punch the bell icon for updates on our latest shows. And leave us some comments. We enjoy reading them and answering any questions you might have. This is Tom Rayleigh, together with all the members of our gaming club, inviting you to journey with us once again into the darkness for another adventure into the universe of H.P. Lovecraft and the Delta Green role-playing game. Until next time, good luck and good gaming.